Hello guys, different setup, what do you think? This is normally what I use on my other YouTube channels because I also have another YouTube channel which is just about entertainment and also another YouTube channel which is mostly in Italian, my main channel. But this channel is just, in English, it's different, and I prefer to use this channel just as a way of being super authentic, just taking the camera and just speaking about whatever I feel like I need to share most of the times after a meditation. I also changed the name of the channel. Let me know if you like it, because before it was Inner Journey by Marco Delia, but then I decided maybe it's a bit too personal and I don't know. And then I made a video last time talking about komorebi, which is a Japanese term for such a cool concept. I made a whole video about it, and I noticed maybe my channel could be that name. It's basically the sun that comes through the leaves of the sun rays that come through the leaves of a plant or a tree, but it basically also has a very spiritual meaning, which means that it's all ephemeral. It all comes now and it's different the next moment. So it's all just in this moment. And I just liked it, and maybe for some time I will keep it like this. Let me know what you think. And yeah, today I just want to try this setup with you on this channel. Maybe I will come back to the previous setup just with the camera after meditation next times. But today, because I need two hands, I just want to talk about books, and I want to share with you 5 books that changed my life completely, and then I really suggest you to read. And there are also other books, of course, but these are spiritual books, and I also have other spiritual books that I've read. So if you want to know more, let me know, and let me know what's your favorite one, and also if you want me to cover the next books. And also these the links of these books, you will find them in the description. They are affiliate links, so you can also support the channel, but you can support me with subscribing or also DM me on Instagram. Well, yes, let's go. So the first book you should read, in my opinion, it's this one. It's The Power of Now. This guy, Eckhart Tolle, I follow him basically every single day. I've been following him for a while, and every single video that he posts on his channel, I basically watch it. And it's all about presence. It's all about being in the now, not being in your past, in your future, in your mind. It's all about learning to be present, and that in the present moment, everything happens. But this actually makes you taste truly the presence, which is not something that is so easy for someone that has not experienced it yet. So it's one of the most sold books on the planet, and every time that I meet someone that I really care about, I always gift this book to him or to her. Because in my opinion, it really helps with the basics of, yes, spirituality, but also just well-being. If you learn to be present, even just for a few moments, you learn to exit your mind, and you learn to become more conscious, more aware of your surroundings. You become more conscious about your compulsions, on the way you react to things. So you learn to respond consciously to things. So it's a different way of seeing life, and you can actually take charge of your destiny. That's very useful. The second book that actually I would gift to someone, it's by Khalil Gibran, and it's The Prophet. Of course, I also read this in Italian. The other ones, I read them in English. But this one, a guy actually asked me to, gave me this as a gift because he received it from her mother, and he now basically translates books. And so he gave me this book as a gift to read, and also to talk about on social media if you want to talk about it. I've never heard about this book, but when I actually searched something about it online, I noticed that it's one of the most sold books ever in the history of books, and also it's one of the most translated ones. It's basically about a little story, a short story of this prophet that went to an island, and on this island he just the story begins with he that is on this island, and then he needs to come back home. So there are some people from his own country that came with the boats to take him back home after we don't know how much time. And he just starts, see the boats from far, and starts crossing the village, and people starts to gather because they want to say hi to him, to say goodbye to him. And while he's going to the boats to go away with the boats, people start asking me questions. They say, before you go, prophet, with your wisdom, with your intelligence, can you reply to some of our last questions for last time? And so somebody, and then it starts. And every chapter, it's about something. For example, a mother raises and says, can you talk about children? And so there is a little chapter, and it's written in prose, but at the same time it's poetic, and it's very, very deep. This book made me cry basically every single page. It hits so deep, and it's super wise that I would never have expected that from this book. And then he talks about business, he talks about love, he talks about family, he talks about every aspect that you need to learn to live a good life in a page, basically 1 or 2, 3 pages, talking about one topic. He says so much. I really recommend it. A bit more quick, another one is a bit more spiritual, and it's Yoga Sutras by Patanjali. This book is basically everything about yoga. So if you want to learn the mother of spirituality in a way, you'll need to learn this book. It's these sutras, which are these sentences, these quotes kind of, and all these yoga sutras, they make all the the whole yoga is about. Yoga, not just the fitness thing, but yoga in terms of spirituality, in terms of union. So everything that is spiritual, basically everything that you need to learn to live a good life and be a spiritual seeker. And it's amazing because it's kind of a way to learn how to live life properly as a yogi. That's pretty easy, but it's very, very fundamental. And the last two, this one is a very short book that many people recommended to me, and it's As a Man Thinketh. And it's a self-help book by James Allen. It was published in 1903, and it's very, very small, but it's just a simple concept that actually can change your life. And it teaches you that, it shows you that your mind controls everything, your experience. So it all happens in the mind. So if you learn to control the mind consciously, your thoughts controls your emotion. Your emotion control your action. Your actions control your results. So in a certain circumstance, if you learn to take care of your thoughts and respond to circumstances consciously in a way that can help you and help others around, you have the key for everything, for manifestation, for everything that you need to know. There is a kind of an analogy in this book of the garden. Your mind is like a garden, and you need to take care of the seeds every day and in a different way to make a certain pattern in your mind, etc., to grow in order to become the person you want to become. And the last one, of course, is the Bhagavad Gita. This is also an Hinduism famous book, maybe one of the most famous religious book, but it's not very religious. Of course, it is about Indian spirituality, but it's more spirituality than religion, because if you learn to read between the sentences, between the words, you can find a lot of wisdom that can be applied no matter your religion, no matter your faith, no matter your belief. And it's basically this metaphor of Arjuna that he is in a very harsh situation, that he needs to fight against his family, basically in a war. and he doesn't know what to do. So he has all these moral questions, these existential questions, and doesn't want to fight. And so in this epic fight, he asks Krishna, basically divinity, God, incarnated in Krishna. He asks how and what to do for this war, for his life, and he asks so many things. It's basically he asking himself, the divine side of himself, what to do, and he replies with 700 verses about what to do in certain situations, how to be close to the divine, and how to be close to the truth, the source. And this is very helpful as well. A bit more complicated. I also bought the Upanishads and the Bible and many other things that I need to read. Right now I'm reading about one book that is called Breath. It's all about the breath, because I'm learning to understand that everything is connected to the breath. I love reading, and I really recommend these books. That's it, guys. Let me know what you think, if you already have read one, and see you in the next video. Peace.